Now let's look at the other side. The question is, find the time between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock when the hands of the clock coincide. So the angle is given. The angle between the hands is 0 degree. What is the time? Given the angle, find the time. Now I can give you like 2 or 3 different ways of doing this. Ideally, if you understand all of them, it's best for you. But if it doesn't, take the one that works best. Now, one way of going about this is to say that because you have speeds in the ratio 12:1, same direction, we know from the examples we already seen that this will have 11 meeting points. The starting point is obviously 12, and so you want to divide the circumference into 11 equal arcs. And what's that going to look like? You'll have this right now is 12 divisions, so if you want 11 divisions, there are going to be space something like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. This is what it looks like. How are you gonna find the time between 2 and 3? This is basically what you want. At 2 o'clock, which I can call a reference time, your minute and hour hands are like this, but after that the minute hand moves this much and the hour hand moves this much, and you end up with a situation like this. This is the time that you're trying to find. And we know that these segments are equal in duration. So if you can find how many minutes there are in this portion, you can just multiply and find your answer. So the way to go about doing that is to say 12 hours is split into 11 equal segments. We're talking about the duration, we're not talking about lengths of arc or angles or anything. In a 12-hour duration, we have 11 times that the minute hand is basically lapping the hour hand because it's so much faster. And so each one, the duration of each one is 12 hours by 11, which is 1 and 1 by 11 hours, which I can then rewrite as 1 hour 60 by 11 minutes, which is basically 1 hour and 5 and 5 by 11 minutes. This is probably the easiest way of getting the answer to these kind of questions, for at least coinciding and hands being opposite. But you have to look at a lot more examples. So this will not help you in every question, but in this particular type of question, this is probably the fastest way of doing this. 1 hour 5 and 5 by 11 minutes is basically the time right here. This thing right here, it's basically the time between 1 and 2 when the minute and hour hands coincide. And if you want the time between 2 and 3, all you gotta do is multiply this by 2, and you're looking at the time 2 hours 10 and 10 by 11 minutes. That is the time between 2 and 3. It's a little after 2:10, as you can see, and that specific segment which we're trying to find is just 10 by 11 minutes, and so this is your answer. And going from this, I can say things like, what are the time between 7 and 8? Just to give you an example, what is the time between 7 and 8 when the minute and hour hands coincide? It is just 7 hours 35 and 35 by 11 minutes. But that's not how you write and mix it fraction. You'll have to convert the 35 by 11 into 3 and 2 by 11, and that 3 gets added to the 35, so your answer would be 7 hours 38 2 by 11 minutes, which is pretty quick way of getting the answer to this kind of a question. Just remember that this is all you need. 1 hour 5 and 5 by 11 is the time that passes between two consecutive instances of the two hands coinciding, and then you just multiply it with whatever you want as a very quick quick and easy way of finding the answer to this particular question, but this doesn't help you with all the questions where angle is given and time is asked, only for specific cases. So let's look at the more versatile approaches in the next video.